Go.
A pleasant day, everyone. We are from BSIT1C. We are BSIT1C, and we are the group Paro Paro G. And today we're going to explain some of the topics from IT 103, or data structure and algorithm, which is about Q and the Q. Introduction to Q and the Q. Next. First, we would like to introduce ourselves. We are the team Paro Paro G. I am Angelo Asuncion.
I'm Sarina Joyce Panyo.
I am Janeline Macarilay.
I am Michael Angelo T. Del Prado.
And I am Sean Bryant Navarra.
Now let's proceed to our first reporter, Miss Sarina Joy Panyo.
Okay, so Q. What is Q? Q is an abstract data structure, somewhat similar to stacks. Unlike stacks, a queue is open at both its ends. One end is always used to insert data, or also known as NQ, and the other is used to remove data, or Dequeue. Q follows first in, first out methodology. The data items stored first will be accessed first. So Q is similar to stack, but ang pinagkaiba niya is ang stack is LIFO, L-I-F-O, or last in, first out. So, but in Q, on the other hand, is a FIFO, first in, first out. So in a real life situation, we can say that stack is like a bottle or storage container, while Q is like a tube or a straw. Next.
So hello, and ito po yung example ng queue. So based po dito sa picture natin is merong nakapresent na 4 na car. So yun nga po sa yung sinabi po ni Sarina is yung meron po siyang first in, first out, and meron din siyang last in, last out. So a real world example of queue can be a single lane one-way road where the bicycle intersperse exists first. More real-world examples can be seen as queues at the ticket window and bus stop. So dito po sa example na dito na bicycle is meron po doon nakalagay na last in, last out, and meron din siyang first in, first out. So yun nga po nakikita dito is one way lang siya, and yun po meron po doon nakalagay na last in, last out, and dun po sa isa is yun parang ganoon na po. Parang sa isang way po is kunyari at kung sino yung unang pumasok, siya din yung ulang lalabas. Kung sino yung huling pumasok, siya yung huli din lalabas. Parang ganun lang po sa queue. Next. So ito po yung queue representation. So as we now understand that in queue, we access both ends for different reasons. The following diagram given below tries to explain queue representation as data structure. As in stacks, a queue can also be implemented using arrays, linked lists, pointers, and structures. For the sake of simplicity, we shall implement queues using one-dimensional array. So dito naman po sa example na to is yung queue representation po niya is meron po siyang data, parang pinapasok po siya parang sa isang kunyari tawagin na po natin lang yung battle, is yung mga data po is kunyari pag pinasok mo yung data pero lumalabas lang din siya kaagad. Parang ganun lang po. Kunyari ito po yung huling pinasok na data, isa din po yung huling lalabas. Kunyari, yung po yung sa isa namang example is kung ito po yung unang pumasok na data, parang siya din po yung unang lalabas. Parang same lang po dun sa example na dun sa bicycle na sa isang one way, kung sino nga po yung unang pumasok, siya yung unang lalabas. Parang ganun lang po yun. Parang same lang po to dun sa isang example namin. Next.
Hello. Ngayon naman po, let's talk about basic operation. So, queue operations may involve initializing or defining the queue, utilizing it, and then completely erasing it from the memory. Ibig sabihin, queue operations, this will enable us to modify yung data sa loob ng ating queue. Ito po yung mga basic operations na associated sa queues. So first is enqueue. Add or store an item to the queue. Pwede po tayo mag-add ng data sa queue. And dequeue naman is remove. Next is may more pa pong operation na pwede nating magamit to modify the queue. First is pick. Get the element at the front of the queue without removing it. And is full naman, check if the queue is full. And is empty is check if the queue is empty. So yung pick, yun yung pipick ka lang. Parang sisilipin mo lang kung ano yung nasa pinakataas ng queue na hindi natatanggal. Kasi di ba pag ang pinaka-function nito ng queue is kung gusto natin makita yung pinakataas ng queue is mawawala na siya. So kung natanggal na siya sa data, sa database ba, kung natanggal na siya sa database, automatic mawawala na siya. Automatic next data naman yung lalabas. Pero dito, pick lang, sisilipin lang natin. So next naman yung is full, i-check lang natin kung full na yung queue. And last is empty, i-check kung empty yung queue. Next.
We always dequeue or access data pointed by front pointer, and while in queuing or storing data in the queue, we take help of rear pointer. So yung pick function po in the Python is used to print the first element of the queue. It returns the item which is present at the front index of the queue. It will not remove the first element but print it. So by the definition po, nakasad naman po na pwede mo po makuha yung value of the first element without removing it. And yung next naman po is yung full. As we are using single dimension array to implement queue, we just check the rear pointer to reach at max size to determine that the queue is full. In case we maintain the queue in a circular linked list, the algorithm will differ. So, yun nga po, yung sa is full po, is check lang po nito yung queue kung full na po ba. Kung full na po ba yung queue. Next po is yung is empty. Empty list are considered false in Python. Hence, the bool function would return false if the list was passed as an argument. Other method you can use to check if a list is empty are placing it inside an if statement using len methods or comparing with an empty list. Next po. Enqueue operation. Queues maintain two data pointers, front and rear. Therefore, its operation are comparatively difficult to implement than that of stacks. So yung enqueue operation po, maliban po sa check po yung if the queue is full, para po sa first element, pwede ka pong mag-set ng value of front to 0. And pwede po itong ma-increase by the rear index by 1. And pwede ka din pong mag-add ng new element in the position pointed to by the rear. Next po.
So, naglag. So the following steps should be taken to NQ, insert data into a queue. So first, check if the queue is full. And second, if the queue is full, produce overflow, error, and exit. And third, if the queue is not full, increment rear pointer to point the next empty space. And fourth, add data elements to the queue location where the rear is pointing. And five, return access. And next, ito na was example. Example. Next. So, ito po yung example niya. So, ito pong before, so ito pong D, kailangan natin maipasok sa may katabi ng rear. So, ang first step na gagawin po sa before, so kailangan nyo po munang i-check kung full na ang queue. So, ang tinatawag po na queue is yung itong pinapalooban ng ABC. So, yan po ang tinatawag na queue. So, the second step, if the queue is full, produce overflow or error. So, kapag nakita mo na pong full yung nilalaman nito kung wala nang malalagyan, so magke-create ka lang ng overflow kung para mag-exit siya. And if the queue is not full, kung nakikita niyo po dito sa before na to, hindi pa po siya puno, di ba? May empty space pa po siyang nalalagyan. And pwede ka pong mag-add ng elements dyan sa queue, which is ito pong letter D. Pwede mo pong ilagay dyan. So, lalagay mo po yung letter D na yan sa may katabi lang ng rear point. So, ang katabi ng rear point is yung C. Dyan mo po siya ilalagay. So, and where the rear points, and return access. So, ang return access po, yung re-return mo siya gamit yung return access po, ililipat mo po yung rear point sa letter D. Kaya po, tapos dito po sa after naman po, makikita nyo pong nakalipat na yung rear point sa letter D. So, yan po is matatawag na po siyang Q and Q. Yan lang po. Thank you. Next.
Dequeue. What is dequeue? A double-ended queue or dequeue has the feature of adding and removing elements from either end. The dequeue module is a part of collections library. It has the methods for adding and removing elements which can invoke directly with arguments. So, ayun po. Ang dequeue po ay ito ay yung mayroong two types like adding and removing. Tapos yung dequeue naman po ay mayroon siyang part ng method sa pag-collect ng data like nung sa dequeue pero nagda-direct siya with arguments. Next.
So hello. Ito po yung example ng sa Dequeue ba? So ito po yun. In the below program, we import the collections module and declare a Dequeue without need of any class. We use the in the built-in. This methods So, ito po yung element niya. Yung rear. So, yung rear po is siya yung so, yung rear, yung po yung add element niya. So, yung parang dito po sa 10, kunyari, pinasok natin yung 10, in-add natin siya. Pero parang i-remove din po natin siya kaagad dun sa rear. So dito naman po sa isa is yung 70, kunyari pinasok po natin siya sa front, in-add natin siya. Pero parang aalisin natin una siya kaagad dun sa front. So parang ganoon lang po dito. So kunyari yung 15 na naman po yung i-add natin. So yun nga po, alisin lang din natin parang kunyari yung 'di ba po ang DQ is yung first in first out sabay yung last in last out. Parang ganoon lang din po dito. Pero iba lang po yung ano niya dito sa example na to. Iba man po yung kasi merong rear saka front. Yun nga po yung sinabi ni Sean na is kunyari yung 10 is pinasok natin pero dito naman po is iba. Add saka remove lang. Parang ganun lang po. Thank you. Next.
The queue operation. Accessing data from the queue is a process of two tasks. Access the data where front is pointing and remove the data after access. So the following steps are taken to perform the queue operation. So the queue is accessing the content while removing it from the front end of the queue. So unlike in stack, the ones on the first data that was accessed will be removed. So how do we do this? Our next reporter will explain it further.
So hello, this is the step. So for the queue operation, so first is check if the queue is empty. So if the queue is empty, here's the second step. The queue will produce overflow error and exit. And next, if the queue is not empty, access the data where front is pointing. So next step, remove front pointer to point to the next available data element and return a success. Next.
So, makikita niyo po sa example na yung ina-access po ng data ng front is yung A, which is siya po yung tawag dito, siya po yung dapat may alis natin from the after. So, paano ba to?
So hello again, tulungan na kita. So dito na po sa Q and DQ. So ito po yung nakita po niyo is yung before. So yung sa before po is parang complete pa siya dun sa kunyari data, kunyari tawagin na natin yung data yung alphabet na yun ng ABCD. So yun. Kunyari yung rear. Kunyari yung rear po is kunyari nandiyan na po yung rear na sabay yung A. So dito na po sa after parang sinasabi po dito is aalisin yung A kasi siya yung DQ sabay yung B, D, siya yung Q. So yung C parang pwede na din siyang alisin dun diyan sa after na yan C kasi parang sinasabi dito sa example na to yung A siya kasi parang sila yung DQ sabay yung D siya ka B sila lang yung Q. Parang kunyari ang sinasabi dito parang kino-compare ko lang po siya dun sa yung sa example na dun sa one car po, 'di ba? Kasi parang sinasabi kasi ang parang mga operations lang po dito sa DQ sa Q is yung first in last out saka hindi first in first out last in last out parang pero dito naman po is kunyari yung A po bagay yung unang pinasok. So parang ganun lang din po. Isa din po yung unang lalabas. Parang ganun lang po siya. Pero dito po iba po siya kasi parang inaano po dito yung kunyari kung ano yung Q saka DQ. So parang ganun lang po yung pag-ano dito. Kunyari yung A is yung A yung baga sinasabi po dito is meron pong arrow na yung
Dagdagan ko yung sa EJP. So yung kanina, yung sa Q, sa Q and Q, in-emphasize yung pag-add ng data sa Q. Kasi 'di ba first in, first out. Ngayon naman, i-emphasize dito yung Q, the Q. Ibig sabihin yung pag-remove ng data sa queue. So dito nakikita nyo yung A, may nakalagay na dequeue. Ibig sabihin, yung A na ni-remove, na-dequeue na siya, na-remove na siya sa ating queue. Babalik natin yung kanina. Dito naman, ito ba yan? Ayan. Dito naman, nakalagay dito, ito yung NQ. Kasi nilagay dito sa loob ng queue yung ating data. So yun lang yung difference ng NQ and the queue. Next.
So here is the code for the queue. So what we did is from queue, import queue, and then waitlist equals to queue, and it will create an empty queue. So since the queue is not full, increment rear pointer to point the next empty space. So here, the waitlist put, let's say this third line, since it is not full, the word JP will be enqueued in the queue, and so on and so far until the line 8. So after that, it will print as like the first in first out. So let's say in here, the first one that we input is JP. So if we print it, the first output will be JP, and so on and so forth. Next.
So, ito po yung naging output ng code na yun. So, yun nga po, yung sabi po na sa rin is kung sino po yung unang na-print, ay kung sino po yung unang nakalagay dun sa waitlist, sabay yung sabi po niyan JP, siya po yung unang malalagay. Parang sunod-sunod lang po yung doon nandun. Yung JP, Sarina, Angelo, Mitchell, Jeneline. Sabay, meron lang po ako ano dun. Pag tig-remove po natin yung ano daw po dun, pabalik daw po dun sa code. So yun po dun dito, pag ni-remove po natin yung simula sa line 10 to 14 is ang mapiprint lang po dyan is yung JP lang. Kahit ano pong gawin mo dyan na pag print mo po iyan, yung JP lang po yung makukuha dyan kasi kaya ayun parang need po dyan na is kung kunyari, kung ilan po yung name na nakalagay doon, kunyari name, JP, Sarina, Angelo. Kung anim po yung nakalagay dyan na name, parang anim lang din po yung ilalagay mo dyan na print na with this get. So, parang ganun lang po yun dun sa ano yun? Parang ganun po yung naging output niya, kaya po yung naging output niya. Next.
Ngayon naman, pag-usapan natin pakita natin sa inyo yung example ng Dequeue. So, ito yung example ng Dequeue. So, first, nag-import tayo ng Dequeue, which from collections, import Dequeue, ito. Then, waitlist is lalagyan natin ng value, which is the Dequeue. And lahat ng data na nandito, na in-append is under ng waitlist. Waitlist is under ng Dequeue. So lahat ng data dito is made-dequeue. So ito yung magiging output. Okay. So dito sa output is itong nakalagay dito, Dequeue, then lahat ng data na nandito sa ating input. Mapupunta dito. Ibig sabihin po, sa ating main output, kumbaga, imagine natin sa labas ng queue, na-remove na lahat ng to. So, ibig sabihin, itong data na nandito, ito po yung mga na-dequeue na or na-remove na sa queue. So, next. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening. This is the group
Paro
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 G.
G.
Paro-paro G.
Paro G.